Okay, for those of you who are not here today, I just wanted to go quickly over the notes from today, and you can pause it and copy them down as you need to. The first part up here, all it is more vocabulary. The two new ones are secant and tangent. Secant is a line, and there should be an arrow over here on this part right here. It is a line that intersects the circle at 2 points, and a tangent is a line that intersects a circle at 1 point, and that point where it intersects is called the point of tangency. Okay. All right. Now, for the pair share part that you did today in class, or if you weren't here, you're going to do when you get your notes, is it asks you to use in the circle below to complete the following. And if you notice, I went ahead and connected the bottom of my circle here. First, it says label the center and mark it as P. So we put P in the center and it marks it. Then it says create a radius, making sure that you label all your points. Okay, my radius I drew right here and I labeled it point Q. So therefore, remember it is a line segment. So it would be written line segment PQ or QP because we can measure it. Diameter is a chord that goes through the center of the circle. So in this case, mine is line segment RS. Line segment RS. My chord is a segment that connects two endpoints on the circle. So I labeled mine line segment TU. A secant, we just said, was a line that intersects the circle at 2 points. Line meaning I put the arrows. So line VW is my secant. It also, as we talked today in class, creates a chord. Line segment VW would be a chord. And the last thing is the tangent to the circle. So it is a line. So we have arrows. I drew it through point S. So my tangent line is line SZ, and point S is my point of tangency. Okay, on page 2, after you went over this with your groups, or you would have worked in groups if you'd been here, it asks, are the two circles here congruent? Of course they aren't, because they are not the same size. So why or why not? You could say they are not the same size, or you could say that their radii are not equal. How do we know two circles are congruent? The lengths of their radii are the same or equal, and that's found on page 698 in your textbook. Okay. Also, it's going to be down here in a minute. What geometric relationship exists between the two circles? Because they're different size, but their radii are proportional, then they're considered similar, which goes back to what we talked about before we got out for the last semester. Okay, a couple of notes. The symbol for a circle is a circle with a dot in it, and a circle is always named by its center point. Okay, and so then it has these two theorems. Two circles are congruent circles if and only if they have congruent radii. Two shapes are similar if they are a set of transformations. Remember, we talked about rotations, reflections, dilations, and rotations, reflections. Reflections the other one. That will move one figure to cover completely over the other. So this is similar to the two problems that I asked you to do for homework, or if you weren't here, you're supposed to finish this for homework. So in order to graph a circle, you have to plot the center. So for my center of circle D is at -1, 2. So I go over to the left 1 and up 2, and I mark that as D. Then you count off the radius from that point. The radius is 3. So from point D, I count 3 to the right, 3 up, 3 to the left, and 3 down. And then because my compass wasn't big enough, I just connected on myself. To do circle P, we go 3 to the right, 4 up. That's my radius. My center, I label it P. My radius is 5, so from point P, I count 5 to the right, 5 up, 5 to the left, and 5 down. Then I use my compass, which I show you how to do in the other one, but I'll go over it real quick right here. Is you put the compass or the tip in the middle right there for circle P, and then you set your sliding part so that it covers one of those points. You put your pen or pencil in, and then you draw your circle. Then in order to move it, we want to move point D so that it ends up where point P is. So in order to do that, I'm first going to translate it, which I'm going to slide it to the right and then slide it up. Right's positive, up's positive. So I'm going to slide it to the right 4, and I'm going to go up 2. Okay. So I'm going to, in order to move circle D to circle P, I'm going to translate it using XY such that X plus 4 and X plus 2, Y plus 2, that means all my numbers move to the right 4 and up 2. Then I have to make circle D big, like P, so I'm going to dilate it. So then using dilation and a scale factor of 5 over 3. If you notice, this is the lengths of our radius, or radii. I always do the image over the preimage. The image is where I end up, which is circle P, and my preimage is where I start, so that's circle D. Okay, then for fifth period, what have you just learned? Your answers are going to vary because it depends on what you want to write down. Also, will this always work for any two circles? Why or why not? And the answer is yes, because all circles are similar. And I've already did a video on exercises 2 and 3. I do want to make one correction. This should be y plus 1. In the video, I put y plus 2 because I looked at it incorrectly when I looked over here on here. Thank you.